Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Saturday to each and every one of you. Holy moly, what an exciting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that it's a digital asset space. Listen, my friends, you and I, we're playing a game that 99.99% of the masses don't even know is being played. And we are winning, my friends. We are winning. Check out that portfolio. You've been checking your portfolio out. Really? We are freaking winning. Life is good. Listen, what's up with this recent barrage, this recent stockpiling of people coming forward with their personal situations and being debanked? Like, I mean, it's massive the amount of people that are being debanked for no good reason or for political reasons. And they're all crypto people. It's interesting to know. There was one post on X, I will get into it, but this is from one of the former creators of the Libra project, Libra token, and the DM project, DM token. You remember that? Yeah, interesting stuff. FLR, Songbird, USDX, what's going on right now? People trading in the FLR, a little bit of it to get some of that USDX. That was interesting. You can do that on the Bifrost wallet. That's pretty cool. You can do it on SparkDex app as well. My fave, SparkDex.ai. Win $2. FLR 2 cents, almost 3 cents. Songbird 1 cent, 1.3 cents. Win $2. That's what I'm saying. When is that going to happen? What's going on, the real big Will? How are you, bro? Appreciate you checking in. XRP is almost at $2. It's like $1.90 something cents every time I turn around. What's good with that? What's good with that? Now it's saying it's $1.89, but I saw earlier today, about 3 hours ago, it's like $1.95. Win $2 for XRP. That's right around the corner as wow. I appreciate you guys checking in here on a Saturday evening. Do me a favor, hit that like button. That will be super, super cool. You know, this debanking thing, it's not a small thing. It's not a small thing. It really isn't. It's not a small thing. And it's happening to different people from different backgrounds, different whatever. But it's all about people who are around, involved in and around crypto. It's a big deal because it's a government action. You know, it's a government action against its citizens. And I think more people need to pay attention to what's really going on with that instead of just kind of ignoring it. And what a lot of people have been doing in the past, the real big will, is they would just, quietly just moving on, trying to find a different bank, not really saying much about it. But now I'm seeing more and more posts on X. We're going to cover some of that because I think it's significant. Look, we didn't have a Talk That Talk Thursday, and Friday night we didn't really have like a hangout. This will be the hangout tonight, but I think that's interesting. We can hang out and favorite libation, type deal, and see what's good. What's going on, GDLT? How are you, bro? What's going on? XRP is up like crazy amount of percentage on the 30-day. It's going cray cray. Is the TVL changing? What's going on right there? Or is it just retail opening up their apps and their Coinbase wallets and just, you know, buying some stuff? That's what it seems like to me. GDLT says appreciate you and all your over the in your oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All your work over the years. I appreciate that, GDLT. Saying back at you, bro. Back at you, brother. This is an interesting time, when you're having conversations about crypto with your dentist, it is that full on bull for sure. I ran into a guy at the gym yesterday. He saw my hoodie and asked if I was in crypto. I said, of course, of course, of course. He said this was going to be his second bull run, so he got in around 2020 or so. But I got to tell you, it's an interesting time to be early again in this space. It's going to be interesting to see what's good. What's good? I was going to make a move at XRP, but I got to tell you, ooh, the borrow rate now for stables is up there on this particular platform. It's up there. It's high as heck, like crazy amount. Crazy amount. Averages like 4% or more a month. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. Got to see about that. Got to see. I don't know, 4% a month on average. That's a lot. Even though, the assets that you have on there are doing, crazy numbers a month, doing 263% a month, doing 65% a month. No, wait a minute. 33% and 263% in 30 days. Yeah, boy, that's a big ask. It really is a big ask. And yeah, 36% with that one, but I can't put that one on there. So word on the street, Ondo is kind of, I don't know, is Ondo quietly doing stuff? Ondo is up 75% on the month. on the month. Yeah, that's a hard call, man. To borrow at 4% a month. That's a hard one to do. And I'm just going to borrow, swap, and put it back on the platform. But boy, that's a hard borrow. 4% a month? Just thinking about that, I don't know. Or you could say, well, your assets are doing 200% a month. So, I don't know. GLD says you can't chase pumps. Yeah. Here's what I was thinking too, because even a 2x, right? Just a 2x, 200%, 2x, even if it's just 200%, you're still up. If it just 2x's, right? If Bitcoin just 2x's from now, which I think is going to do 2.24, 2.34. What is that from current prices, by the way? Let's take a look at that. Current prices, what is it, 96.5 times 2.24? 216,000. 200%. You get the asset, you get to keep the asset. Yeah. 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 In any case, I'm thinking out loud, trying to think that through. Boy, I gotta tell you. But this market is something. It's good to see FLR moving a little bit. I thought I saw it over 3 cents at one point, or right at 3 cents for sure. So the Bitcoin, and it's not so much because the loan to value is just going to basically just go all the way down. It's going to be like 5%. It's not like going to be nothing. But the idea of 4% a month on average, I don't know. I mean, it could change. It could go down to, 1 cent. It can go down to, 0.5%. But just seeing that, I was like, what the world? Joe Buddy's in the building. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? I sell 2% of my XRP at $2, paying off 100% of my debt. Good for you, bro. Good for you. I sell 3% at $3. I hear you, brother. Paying off your debt with just cashing out 2% of your XRP. That's nice, bro. That is so sweet, brother. That would be sweet, right? And hopefully you learn how to get some cash flow in the bear market. That's going to be important. The real big Will says winning. Yes, sir. Let me refresh CoinGecko. We're going to go over these numbers. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. That would be super, super cool. 2.8, almost 3 cents for Flare. do me a favor and hit the like button. If you didn't do it already, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick and go smash the like, then come back and hang out with the CryptoCeej and fam. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. We definitely appreciate that for sure. This market is cray-cray with the real big whale. You know the market's cray-cray when XRP is up 270% on the 30-day. 270%? That's pretty freaking darn good. All right, let me share this with you guys. Take a look at CoinGecko real quick. There it is there. All right. So according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is 3.57 trillion. Bitcoin dominance around 56%. Bitcoin is trading at $96,477 again. And on a 30-day, Bitcoin is up 38%. Ethereum is trading at $3,705. And on the 30-day, Ethereum is up 46% on the 30-day. Solana is trading at $239, and on the 30-day, Solana is up 42%. XRP is currently trading at $1.89. On the 30-day, XRP is up 270%. I mean, this move is so significant that the Bitcoiner, Mark Yusko, is talking about maybe it's not such a bad idea to have some XRP and Cardano. Yeah, the market is cray-cray when Yusko says something like that. Dogecoin is trading at 43 cents. And on the 30-day, Dogecoin is up 163%. Everybody's getting into this Doge thing. I don't know. Maybe one day. I don't know. I had it. No, I had Shiba. All right. So what else? Dogecoin, 43 cents. And so we is trading at $3.44. And on a 30-day, so we is outperforming Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, but not XRP on the 30-day. And on the 30-day, SOE is up 73%. I'm not selling my SOE. Hedera Hashgraph, what's going on with Hedera? H-bar is up 264% on the 30-day. And anyhow, what the world? And it's trading at 16 cents. That's when you know the market is crazy. When you see 3-figure percentage gains in 30 days, right? We're getting into it, right? That's when you know Kronos. I mean, the OG Kronos. I used to operate in DeFi on Kronos big time. I mean, Kronos is up 151% on a 30-day and 18 cents. Who's in the Kronos network, right? I mean, when you see 3-figure percentage gains, VeChain up 114%, Algorand up 281% on the 30-day. Bonk, the memer, is 126% up on the 30-day. Cosmos, the Atom token, is up 102%. I don't know. I might have to, I don't know. Should I unstake this Cosmos guy? I don't know. Anyway, on the 30-day, it's up 102%. I'm telling you, that's when you really know. You see the Cosmos SDK, Cosmos Hub ecosystem up 3-figure percentages, you know we're in a bull run. Oh, I'm gonna keep staking it, I'll keep staking it. I'll take a look at it, late. No, well, I don't know. December's right around the corner. Maybe a little. December's tomorrow. Maybe I'll take a look at it in 3 weeks and see if they can do a number 200%. Maybe I'll unstake. I don't know. Takes 21 days, by the way, just so you know. 21 days. All right. Mantra. Actually it's an RWA play, but they've been in the Cosmos Hub ecosystem for years, 6, 7, 8 years. Again, 153% for that. I don't have any OM tokens, unfortunately. Don't have any OM tokens. Hyperliquid, Did they just launch? They must have just launched it. Yeah, they must have launched really high there. Golly. The hype token. Let's see what we got there. Tokenomics for hype. It just launched. Hyperliquid is the big deal right now. I mean, 2 billion, 3 billion, 8 FDV. Okay, what do we got going on? Yeah, yeah. How many is that? That's just shy of a billion max supply. Yeah, I don't think so. Will not be doing anything with that. No, that's really expensive. Give that thing 30 to 90 days before you mess around with that. But that's the market, fam, and it is doing what the market does. It's just doing what the market does. Let me go into this chat and welcome some more people into the stream before we go over these very, very interesting debanking posts that are just popping up, GDLT, all over X right now. Frogadelic says, pause. What's up with that? Let me see what you got going on. Frogadelic Research Group says, trying to catch that pump during a live. I hear you, bro. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Saturday. Each and every one of you. Holy moly, what an exciting time to be an early adopter. This thing has got a brain of its own. What's going on here? I can't pause. It's just spinning on. Algo, I think, is outperforming the top 50. Yep. Says GDLT. Joe Buddy says XPM, XLM. Our guy Arthur was calling out that reserve, wasn't he? Wasn't he, Joe? He was calling out that reserve for that XRP. He was calling them boys out. I was like, wow. He was calling them out like, what's going on right now? You know, he had a good point because he pointed to a conversation he was having with some people, and it's like, yeah, that is pricey. It's pricey. You know, to try and mess around with that. I guess I have to stop the share. Now I'll go to the live stream. Alex G's in the building. What's going on, bro? How you feeling about your XRP right now, Alex G? You just got back from a trip from Guadalajara, Mexico. Nice, bro. How was it? GDLT, Osmo. I think I'm staking Osmo as well. I think I'm staking Osmo. I think I am. Alex G said the trip was all good. I ate all kind of food. Yeah, I heard that, bro. So listen, got to be feeling good about that XRP right now, Alex G. Yeah, shout out to the Blue Crew. The Blue Wrenches. Oh, Devon, Steve, I miss you checking in, bro. How are you? Appreciate you checking in tonight. So look, I do want to go over some of these debanking stories. I think it's important. We just can't say, well, it didn't happen to me. Well, it didn't happen to me, you know. I mean, this is a serious violation. I mean, that the government is doing against its citizens. That's, you know what I mean? Against its citizens. That's not great. Bragadella Research Group says that 3 weeks to unstake in the Cosmos ecosystem is brutal. 3 weeks, you got to prepare ahead of time. You know, you got to prepare ahead of time. And once you're unstaked, you're not earning any rewards for those 3 weeks. But yeah, I know I do. I just never I'm pretty sure I do. Staking some Osmo. I don't know if it's a lot though, but I am staking Osmo. I got like 5 tokens of staking there, 5 or 6. And those are also really, really good. Listen, who swapped and used Bifrost wallet to swap and get some USDX? Anybody do that? Anybody do that? That's pretty cool. I'm telling you, It's just something about the Bifrost team. They're not playing around, Joe Buddy. They are not playing around. They're not playing around at all. Hmm. Yeah, I am staking some of that Osmo. I just want to check and make sure. Yeah, yep, yep. Debanking. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's not great. Joe Buddy says Ripple's USD was announced today. Announced how, my friend? Announced how? Aren't they still waiting for the NYDFS approval? How to USDX? You can just swap it on sparkdex.ai to get it, or on the Bifrost wallet. You can swap, sign into your Bifrost wallet. You're right, the regular wallet, not, in developer mode. What? When did New York approve it, bro? Today is Saturday. Do tell, Joe Buddy. I mean, today is Saturday, bro. When did they approve it? Please share with the community. Devon Steve says debunking has been happening in the UK to thousands, mainly businesses, but individuals as well. Some for you do not align with our what? They actually say that in they put that in print. What, email, letter, something actually using that phrase? You do not align with our values? Devon Steve? They actually put that in like a letter or whatever as the reason for the debanking is you do not align with our values. Can you imagine? Pookie says, what does it look like when XRP is used in everyday life? It's gonna be interesting to see. Joe Buddy, do share. I'll go look it up. This New York being approved thing. Where is that? I didn't see that. I missed that if that happened. I missed that if that happened. Let me go over to some X here and check out some stuff. Anybody else hear that? Get that word. I'd love a link on that one. That would be awesome. Uh, let's go. What happened? Oh, okay. Let's go. This first one from David Marcus, who was our, the head, one of the heads for the Meta, the Libra, and then Diem token. It says here, this is David Marcus. He's now at Lightspark, I think. Yeah, CEO and co-founder of Lightspark, building an open money grid on Bitcoin. Says ran payments, slang crypto at Messenger at Meta, led PayPal, built 3 startups. Okay, it's at Lightspark now. How Libra was killed. I never shared this publicly before, but since Mark Andreessen, and he did this on the Joe Rogan podcast, opened the floodgates on Joe Rogan's pod, it feels appropriate to shed more light on this. As a reminder, Libra, then Diem, was an advanced, high-performance payments-centric blockchain paired with a stablecoin that we built with my team at Meta. It would have solved global payments at scale. Prior to announcing the project, we spent months briefing key regulators in DC and abroad. We then announced the project in June of 2019 alongside 28 companies. 2 weeks later, I was called to testify in front of both the Senate Banking Committee and the House Financial Services Committee, which was the starting point of 2 years of nonstop work and changes to appease lawmakers and regulators. By spring of 2021, yes, they slow played us at every step. We had addressed every last possible regulatory concern across financial crime, money laundering, consumer protection, reserve management, buffers, and so much more. And we were ready to launch. We had worked on a slow rollout of a limited pilot that some members of the Fed's Board of Governors were supportive of. At last, Chair Jay Powell was ready to let us move forward in a limited way. The story, as I heard it, is that Jay Powell was told by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen at one of their biweekly meetings that allowing this project to move forward was political suicide. And she would not have his back if he let it happen. I wasn't in the room when this conversation happened, so take these words with a grain of salt. But effectively, this was the moment Libra was killed. Shortly thereafter, the Fed organized calls with all the participating banks. The Fed, this private thing, it's not a federal agency, not a government agency, it's private enterprise. But yet they're hooking up with federal banks. Shortly thereafter, the Fed organized calls with all the participating banks, and the Fed's general counsel read a prepared statement to each of them saying, quote, "We can't stop you from moving forward and launching, but we are not comfortable with you doing so." And just like that, it was over. The Fed, this private entity that everyone seems to bow down to, waiting on their becking, they're, hanging on to their every word at all these FOMC meetings. Hawkish, dovish. What did Jerome Powell really say? What does he really mean? What's the meaning behind his words? What's the meaning behind the meaning? Unbelievable. One essential point is worth making here. There was no legal or regulatory angle left for the government or regulators to kill the project. Nothing legal. It was 100% a political kill. One that was executed through intimidation of captive banking institutions. That was the hardest part of this story for me personally. Not that we had failed, but that America, this country I immigrated to and became a proud citizen of because of its rule of law and value system, behaved in such a way for political reasons. It was a very tough pill to swallow. The bright side of the story, though, was the many learnings from this wild ride. By the end of the project, we had made so many concessions to get a thumbs up that the whole design of the network became a Frankenstein of our initial ambitions. We also learned the biggest lesson of all, which is that if you're trying to build an open money grid for the world, eventually moving trillions of dollars a day, designed to be here for 100 years from now, you have to build it on the most neutral, decentralized, unassailable network and asset, which hands down is Bitcoin. And now this is what many of us who went through this scarring journey are building together at LightSpark. And this time we won't stop until we get it done. Caitlin Long said, "Geez, David, that sounds familiar. Someday, like you just did, I'll be able to tell the real story of what the Fed did to Custodia Bank and how the Fed, this private thing that is not where they have no reserves and it's not federal. It's private, completely private. And yet the United States government and Congress just bows down, lets them do whatever they want to do. And how the Fed lied to achieve the Biden-Warren political aims. There is so much corruption, and I'm glad it's pouring out in the public now. Cynthia Lummis said, "Wow, thank you for bringing this to light." Cynthia Lummis, Congresswoman in Wyoming. Thank you for bringing this to light. Behind the back doors, through intimidation, to the banking institutions that are federal, by a private entity that is the Federal Reserve. This is happening. Uh, mm, Someone offered a counter to that. I'm proud to have played a small part in ensuring Libra wasn't approved. While its mission to bank the unbanked was admirable, its flawed design posed grave risk, enabling terrorist funding, destabilizing economies, and crippling central banks. Cloaking it as debanked is disingenuous. Interesting. That whole story you made up in your head is pure fiction, says David Marks. By the time Libra was ready to launch, it had more safeguards than any bank-enabled payment system in the entire world. Since you're such an expert, what's the catch rate of illicit activity on existing banking rails? So let's go over some more of these debanking stories. See if I can find some. I had a couple of them. Mark Andreessen just asked an important question. Who has been making these decisions to debank tech, crypto, and Bitcoin founders? Management, government. The answer is the banks themselves. Interesting. But the reason they do it is totally out of their control. It's Dennis Porter. Dennis is a smart guy. I've watched some of his stuff before. I spoke to former federal regulators, debanked companies, and my team wrote an entire paper on this problem and how to solve it. The paper is below. The federal regulators, the OCC, the FDIC, and the Federal Reserve, right? So the two regulators and the Federal Reserve, right? Because the Federal Reserve is not federal. Apply soft power pressure to banks. Remember, the OCC and FDIC are unelected bureaucrats. Federal regulators started by classifying certain industries, such as crypto, as risky, and by default, any crypto account holders as a risk to any bank that banked them. If a bank is discovered to be, this is the key, if a bank is discovered to be banking risky businesses, that gave federal regulators the authority to dig deeper and audit the bank to see if anything else they are doing is risky. Banks don't like to be audited. It's expensive and time consuming. And I heard the number was in the 7 to 8 figures in these audits that is going to cost these banks. It's expensive and time consuming. So banks voluntarily began to debank their risky, quote unquote, customer. Also, a risky bank may have its FDIC payments increase due to its risky behavior of banking risky industries. So the banks, once again, prefer to debank these customers voluntarily to avoid increased costs. All in all, the banks decided to debank the customers, but it's because the federal regulators made it painful and expensive to bank crypto and tech founders. Huge breaking. This is Dennis Porter's thing in April. New paper reveals that the federal banking regulators are likely contributing to the widespread debanking of Bitcoin companies and individuals, et cetera, right? Let me sign some more stories because there were some more stories that I had that I thought were like, what the world? What's going on? Uh, Caitlin Long got a way to solve it. Tyler Winklevoss reposted Dennis's thing. He says, this is how debanking works. Political opponents are categorized by regulators as high risk. If a bank continues banking them, it opens itself up to investigators, exam findings, enforcement actions, etc. As a result, banks have little choice but to end these customer relationships. Not doing so becomes an existential risk to the bank itself. Because of the Patriot Act, banks have no obligation to tell the customers why. And in many cases are not even allowed to tell them. I think this is travesty. So David Marcus says, here's the receipt. This I thought was very interesting. Here's the receipt of another dimension of the Libra kill job. Letters sent to all regulated entities that were members of the Libra Association. These were letters sent to the Libra Association people. Stripe, MasterCard, and Visa received this as well. Pay attention to the highlighted section, threatening scrutiny on their businesses. Why is Sherrod Brown signing off on that? It's the senator. Why are the senator people signing off on that? Let's see if I can get this. Take this on. Sherrod Brown, Congressman. Take this on. You expect a high level of scrutiny from regulators, not only on Libra-related payment activities, but on all payment activities. We urge you to proceed with caution until Facebook is able to provide real answers to you. This is to Visa. Sherrod Brown. Interesting. We write to share our deep concerns about Facebook, Libra, cryptocurrency project, and the formation of the Libra Association. We are concerned because key questions remain unanswered about the risks the project poses to consumers, regulated financial institutions, and the global financial system. When Sherrod Brown is writing that letter, you just know. If you take this on, you can expect a high level of scrutiny from regulators, not only on a Libra-related payments activity, but on all payment activities. I mean, they clearly say it. I mean, there can't be more clear of a threat than that by United States government. Ted Livingston said this, CEO of GetCode. All these things happened to me. I got debanked. My company got debanked. I got sued by the SEC. This has nothing to do with the Libra stuff. I got charged by the SEC. I had to sell my billion-dollar app for pennies on the dollar. I think this was the guy from Kick. I never had any regrets though. Crypto is too important in the future. See, let's take a little listen to Mark.
You are a PEP. You are required by financial regulation new in financial services. And
Can you give me an example?
well, you said, debanking. This is where a lot of the debanking comes from, is these agencies. So debanking is when you as either a person or your company are literally kicked out of the banking system.
Like they did to Kanye.
Exactly, like they did to Kanye. My partner Ben's father has been debanked.
Really?
We had an employee who
For what?
For having the wrong politics, for saying unacceptable things. Under current banking regulations, here's a great thing. Under current banking regulations, after all the reforms of the last 20 years, there's now a category called a politically exposed person. PEP. And if you are a PEP, you are required by financial regulators to kick them off of your to kick them out of your bank.
What?
You're not allowed to
What
have
if
them.
you're politically on the left?
Well, that's fine.
No.
Because they're not politically exposed.
So no one on the left gets debanked?
Now, I have not heard of a single instance of anybody on the left getting debanked.
Can you tell me what the person that you know did, what they said that got them debanked?
Oh, well, I mean, David Horowitz is a right wing, he's pro-Trump. I mean, he's said all kinds of things. He's been very anti-Islamic terrorism. He's been very worried about migration, all these things.
And they debanked him for that?
Yeah, they debanked it. So you get kicked out of your bank account. You get kicked out of you can't do credit card transactions. But by the way, you can't
How is that legal?
Well, exactly. So this is the thing. And then you go into this thing of like, well, this is where the government and the companies get intertwined. Back to your fascism point, which is, there's a constitutional amendment that says the government can't restrict your speech, but there's no constitutional amendment that says the government can't debank you, right? And so if they can't do the one thing, they do the other thing, and then they don't have to debank you. They just have to put pressure on the private company banks to do it. And then the private company banks do it because they're expected to. But the government gets to say, we didn't do it. It was the private company that did it. And of course, JP Morgan can decide who they want to have as customers, of course, right? Is their private company. And so it's this sleight of hand that happens. So it's basically, it's a privatized sanctions regime that lets bureaucrats do to American citizens the same thing that we do to Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Kick you out of the financial system. And so this has been happening to all the crypto entrepreneurs in the last 4 years. This has been happening to a lot of the fintech entrepreneurs, anybody trying to start any kind of new banking service, because they're trying to protect the big banks.
That's a little alarming. That's a little alarming. I hope you guys had a chance to check that out, that interview with Rogan. It was an eye-opener from XRP Gal. What the world? XRP Gal is in the building. What's going on? XRP Gal. Garlinghouse was debunked, says Joe Buddy. Yep, I remember that. Hey, CJ, I have a question for you. Ripple is creating a United States stablecoin, which I am grateful for because I don't trust Tether. But what if they develop a coin for Europe, etc.? No need for XRP. So, no need for XRP. Well, Garlinghouse and Shorts XRP Gal. Again, welcome to the stream. They've kind of addressed this, right? So for the high volume areas, Euro, they're not going to use XRP. For the long tail, which is essentially the smaller economies, smaller economies of the world, XRP will have a bigger role and will most likely be used in those situations. But the thing like the Euro and big major currencies, they're going to use their stable coin, which is RLUSD. They're going to be using that. Yeah. Joe Buddy says Garlinghouse was debunked. That's correct. The Trump kids were as well. Wife and kid were as well. And you just think about that. And it's all, at the hands of the Federal Reserve, this private thing where Jerome Powell has the balls to say, if the president, the most powerful man in the world, asks him to resign, that he will not. That's what he said. He said he will not resign. That's what Jerome Powell said when asked the question. If the president of the United States asks you to resign, will you resign? And he said, no, he will not. That he has no authority by law. Who put this? What law? Who put this in place? that the most powerful man in the world, arguably, can't remove someone who's in a position that affects the United States citizens. And Jerome Powell said, no, I will not retire. That's interesting to me. XRP out. Yeah, Elizabeth Warren, I mean, they use her, right? The banks use her to do their stuff for sure. XRP gal. What's going on, Rise Gaming? Welcome to the channel, my friend. I bought XRP at $1.70, $3,000 worth. Was that a good buy? Well, it's about 50% less than its all-time high. I'm new to crypto, but done my research. You say you did do your research on XRP, or you didn't do it? I did do it. Oh, good for you. Then you should know whether it was good, whether it was a good buy or not, right? You gotta go based upon your own conviction, your own study, your own research, your own convictions, right? Paul Conroe, what's going on, my friend? Will XRP be the bridge currency between the stable and euro and others alike? I don't know, Paul. I don't know how that's going to work. But my understanding for cross-border payments in zones like the Eurozone, it's just going to be the Ripple stablecoin. And I don't know if there will be a need for XRP. My understanding is no, but I don't know. My understanding is no. I know you're saying it's a Ripple dollar, but it's the dollar, right? It's the U.S. dollar, and all the nations of the world want it. So I'm not sure. I guess if the receiver on the end says I would rather have a euro, but who knows how things are going to work with the DEX, right? With the DEX and the automated market maker, who knows how that's going to work? I think XRP's best chance for use is going to be in DeFi. I don't think it's going to be, in major spots. I think it's going to be in DeFi. It's going to be on chain. That's my thought. So Ripple has clearly made the decision to use the stablecoin in place of XRP. Right now, except for these little small areas, whether I don't know if it's going to be Venezuela, Argentina, Ecuador, I don't know, small places for these cross-border payments. But I would think if you're hoping for the value of your XRP in some type of way to be other than speculation, I think it's going to be a DeFi on the XRPL ledger is where that is going to happen, creating network adoption, thus creating demand for the native asset XRP. So to me, that's going to be on DeFi, on the XRPL. And I think Ripple has their own plans for their stablecoin. The question is, what about everything else? What about all the other projects? What is their intent with XRP? I think that's where the biggest gains will come, besides retail, right? Retail is definitely speculating and hopping in on XRP because the news is hearing. But I guess a lot of people want to know, is it going to be used for its case originally? And I think that answer is not so much. Not so much. I think that, if they can do something with tokenization and RWAs, we'll see how that goes there. But I think they realize they got to bring projects onto the XRPL. They got to bring it onto the XRPL. They're bringing RippleNet onto the XRPL. They're bringing ODL onto the XRPL. They're bringing their stuff onto the XRPL. They're hooking up with Archax and other people to bring more stuff onto the ledger, as opposed to them taking their products and going off the ledger and trying to use something off the ledger. So they pivoted from that about 14, 16, 18 months ago, maybe. And now they're trying to bring stuff on, right? And by bringing stuff on, David Schwartz says their hope is that those projects' customers will begin using the XRPL to use those companies' products. So that's the hope and that's the plan for that. We'll see. I think when we get smart contracts or some form of it is when we'll really get to see XRP being used or XRP being in demand. Of course, I'm holding XRP Rise Gaming. You're welcome. Thanks for all the info, by the way. You're welcome. Yeah, of course. I've been holding XRP since 2017. So that's kind of how I see it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's kind of where I am, XRP Gal. I just think that there's different plans. Their plans have changed. And when I say changed, the stablecoin is going to suck up some of the things that the XRP was going to be doing. Not all of the things that XRP were going to do, but some of the things. They're hopping into the stablecoin market because of the income that can be made and the demand for the stablecoin. There's just a massive demand for the stablecoin. And I think utility or demand for XRP, I think is a better word, is going to come from projects on the XRP ledger. This is why Artur from XP Markets or XPM, right? XP Markets is saying you're going to have to change that reserve thing, because if people have to spend 10 XRP to get on this ledger and open up a ledger wallet, it's going to get pricey, 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 pricey. It's already pricey. So that's another challenge that David Schwartz and those people are going to have to figure out as well. Dinesh D'Souza, name sounds familiar. Oh, author, filmmaker. Yeah, that's right. That's it. I thought I recognized that name. Says, I was debanked by Chase. Walked in one day to discover that they had closed my account. He does like these documentaries too, right? Doesn't this Dinesh do? It says filmmaker. I think, didn't he do the Trump thing? I think he did. I was debanked by Chase Bank. Walked in one day to discover they had closed my account. You walked in to discover they closed your account? Holy moly. The local branch couldn't understand it since I was a good and known customer. They said the order came from the top with no explanation given or even available. Goodness gracious. Sasha Hodder said, my law firm was debanked in 2018 with just a 30-day notice. Not a small thing. Many of my clients dealt with the same challenge, forcing them to go full crypto. Hearing Rogan and Andreessen bring this issue into mainstream conversation is good. Maybe things are really going to change. Elon said, wow. Elon Musk said, wow. That's heavy stuff right there. You walk into your bank, you get no notice, and you discover that you've been debanked? That's heavy right there. Mark Andreessen said, the president's wife and son, Melania and Melania and son were debanked. Huh? Yeah, Trump. She said, I was shocked and dismayed to learn that my longtime bank decided to terminate my account and deny my son the opportunity to open a new one. This is in the good old US of A. This is happening. The Federal Reserve is out of control. The unelected bureaucrats are out of control at the FDIC and the OCC and the CFPB. Can't just ignore it. This is getting, Vivek Ramaswamy said, this is getting farcical or farcical. Don't even know what that means. Elon Musk said, yeah, that's crazy. This is what I say. The abuse, this is Paul A. Zippo. I got an American flag in his thing and a check mark. The abuse of power by the United States government to cancel conservatives is far worse than we think. It's not just conservatives, though. Because you could be, if you're in crypto and not a conservative, you're getting that hammer, you're getting the X, you're getting the boot. You're getting the boot. That, my friends, wow. The dude walked into his bank and discovered that he had been debanked. Yeah, I'm sure he got his money. That's heavy. And if they'll do it to the president's wife and son, you know what I'm saying, Pookie? If they'll do it to them, Rise Gaming said, "Are you planning to hold for years to come?" No, I won't be. I'll be exiting 90 to 95% of my XRP position, and looking at 26 and 27, looking to see what's going to happen in 2025, and looking to see reaccumulating more XRP. But it's really all going to depend on how they launch their stablecoin, the success or fail, and whether or not they're going to have a liquidity incentive event. That's what and that way I'll determine it, right? Because for me, I'm an XRP holder first, which means what's going on the XRPL itself, not at the company Ripple. What's going on the XRPL itself? New projects, new wallets, new dApps. What's going on there? What's going on with liquidity pools, the AMM? What's going on with the ledger itself? What are the entities or mechanisms that's creating demand for the asset XRP? So I'm paying attention to the stablecoin. I'm paying attention to David's own words of liquidity incentivization on the XRPL to utilize the DEX and the AMM. We'll see when that comes. My guess is it's going to come after this this appeal process is over, or it's X'd out or is terminated. Then we'll see. I'm going to see how they handle that. No more promises. I want to see where's the demand, or if there's going to be demand for the asset XRP. What's gonna happen? Are they gonna do a light version of some kind of smart contracts? So dApps like Orchestra Finance and Moi Finance and Anados Finance can do more things that attract more users to the XRPL, right? Those are the things that create demand, besides just speculation, right? Besides speculation, those are the things that create demand. Is the TVL going up, right? We can go to DeFi Llama. It's not a great number when you look at it. 17, 18 million maybe. It's not a great number on TVL, right? And so developers are not going to come someplace where there's not activity, where there's not volume. So new projects will be hesitant. And we need new stuff, more engaging projects. So that's kind of the deal, right? And you know, they had a chance for smart contracts, they didn't do it. Way back yonder. So they went after the market outside of crypto and they didn't win. So, and since there was no way for projects to do stuff on the XRPL, there were no projects on the XRPL because they couldn't do anything of note. NFT, sure, maybe a wallet, but what else? There were no capabilities to build great stuff. And now they're considering hooks or a lighter version or something similar to it. But those are the things. The formula for sustained return risk adjusted reward asset is going up and to the right of the network adoption curve, which is new daily active users going up and to the right. New wallets being created because people want to hop on the XRPL and do fun things, whether that be memes, whether that means DeFi, whatever that is. So that is fascinating. Now, Marty Party, I don't know if you guys are, yeah, do me a favor. Like Pookie said, hit that like button. Marty Party had an interesting thing to say about one of our old favorites, the real big wheel. Let me see if I can't find it. One of our old favorites. Well, let me, do I want to cover this? How to fix the debanking problem from Caitlin Long? Let me see. Oh boy, that's long. Goodness gracious. No, we'll save that for another time. Marty Party, interesting dude. How to self-debank yourself. Move your bank dollars to USDC on Solana. Use the Phantom wallet. It's the GOAT. Get a Spritz Finance virtual Visa card and connect your Apple Pay and or Google Pay. There, you are now self-debank. Congratulations and control your money. He says to beat inflation, swap some of that USDC into Solana, right? You can get the multiples. You get the 2Xs and the 3Xs and the 4Xs. Or Bitcoin. Watch your balance grow while you sleep. Pay people in Solana or USDC straight to their Phantom instantly. Get paid in Solana or USDC. Direct to your Phantom wallet. Send the QR code. I don't know how you send the QR code. This is simple and tested to absolute scale already. Big fan of Spritz Finance. You guys know that. I've used them for paying bills. Update. This was November 29. Spritz just took 1.8 seconds to fund the virtual card from Solana on Phantom. Proof Coinbase are liars. Interesting. But I've been a big fan of Spritz Finance for sure. They'll do anything to give Base an advantage. Yeah, Spritz does charge a fee for transactions, just 0.5%, but you can pay your bills and you can off ramp. It is an avenue for more control of your, being able to do things with your crypto. I love that you can use all kind of cryptos to pay the bills. It's absolutely fun to do it. And it's kind of a little trick because you got to still use Coinbase in a way. You use the free versions of Coinbase, okay? And then you can send some stuff to your wallets. And on Spritz, you can hook up MetaMask, I think BitGet, Bybit, Phantom. There's a bunch of these wallets you can hook up, right? So you take the dirty, nasty fiat. In other words, what Spritz offers, in my view, is just what's it? Being less bank dependent, less bank dependent, right? That's the way I see Spritz. So it's a being a little less bank dependent. Now, they love you to use this to pay your bills and stuff. I've paid bills. You can pay all kind of bills. You can pay rent, utility bills, loan payments. You can pay credit card bills. It's like all kind of stuff. But you can do it with your crypto, right? Which I think is awesome. And especially if you know how to create cash flow in DeFi. If you don't, join our Patreon group and learn how to do that, right? You can create this cash flow in DeFi. You can use the cash flow to pay bills. You can use the cash flow and pay the bills in the crypto that you're earning in DeFi. It's pretty awesome, right? So you got to leverage the bull cycle. You got to establish some stuff in DeFi. You got to have a comprehensive full circle strategy, and you can pay your bills that way. It's pretty cool. Because remember, in DeFi, you are providing a service. You're running a business, especially if you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 different DeFi positions. You're really running a business then. You get up there past 5. And if you know what you're doing, you can create some income. You can pay your car notes, right? You can pay a bunch of stuff. It's pretty cool. And again, just that sense of being less dependent is pretty awesome on the banks. Pay bills with crypto, add your bills and pay them with crypto. 6,000 plus bills supported. Pay cards, loans, utilities, etc. Use crypto, no bank needed. Auto pay and bill reminders. This is a very interesting thing here. I saw this trusted by 8,000 crypto whales. Okay. I'm trying to, now this thing is moving. I wish it would stop, but it ain't stopping. Let me see if I can read one of these still. Nah, I didn't see any today. Crypto, but now you want to pay your bills. Maybe see the thing is going too fast. FRI, thanks. I will love Spritz so much. NGL, best thing ever. Like, who didn't think about this? This is crazy. Thank you for the zap. Spritz is probably the single best tool for living all on crypto on the market today. Things have gotten so much easier for me since the launch. Cheers to changing the world. Pretty fun, dope app. What's the big deal with Swiss Finance? Imagine this. You've been mining crypto or earning it, but now you want to pay bills and maybe you just want to treat yourself to real world coffee without converting your crypto into fiat through a traditional bank. Enter Swiss Finance, the smoothest off-ramp and payment solution for crypto adventures. But you guys know I've been a big fan of Swiss Finance for a minute now. But again, it's that idea of not being dependent upon or beholden to. On-ramp update, use Spritz. That's Marty Party right there. To buy USDC on Solana. Yep. In the US, from any bank account, this thing's going too fast. But I wish you could click on these, but you can't. Any token, any chain, anywhere. Arbitrum, Celo, Base, Optimism, Bitcoin, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, Dash, Ethereum, Avalanche, Tron. Spritz is your daily go-to. Interesting little thing here. The virtual cards. Ready to bring your crypto to life? You are one click away from on-chain assets anywhere. The virtual card, again, you can hook the virtual card up. You can connect it to your what do they call it? Your Google Pay or your Apple Pay. Yeah, you can connect it there. And for a while we would we went between Spritz and the Coinbase card. And the Coinbase card at one time was really nice because it was 4% on transactions. I mean, so that you're getting 4% back on transactions. So that was really, really nice, that 4%. And you could pick the assets that you want to get, Bitcoin, whatever. But that was during the bear market. But once we moved into the bull, now it's like less than 1%. It's like 0.5% or 0.4 or whatever it is, right? 0.5. But back in the day when it was 4%, that was nice. Ruggedelic said, we is the banks now. Oh, that's right. That is right. What's going on, Yosef? Yosef says, provide $50,000 of liquidity for at least 6 to 10% rewards a month. That will take care of some bills. Yeah. 6 to 10% rewards a month. Yeah. 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 For me, DeFi is just it's just an awesome thing. Do you have to learn skills? Sure. But it's just an awesome thing. Because you can do so many things, not just pay a bill, not just create $100 to $1,000 a day, not just that, but the ability to acquire assets and risk-adjusted reward assets. There's so many options that you can do in DeFi once you know what you're doing and once you realize the game that you're in, right? It's a full circle deal. And the great thing is it's bear and bull market. Bull market is just bull market. DeFi is winning in the bear market and winning during the bull market. And it's a big difference. It's big. It's a big difference. It really is. Pookie says Spark Dex, right? And so I like Spritz Finance. I really do. I like what they got going on. And again, it's about, you know, being in an awesome liquidity pool. Maybe you got 1,000, maybe you have 5,000, maybe you have 10,000 in a liquidity pool. I just discovered 3,000 in a liquidity pool. I had no idea, completely forgot about it, right? And just being able to take those rewards in these particular tokens, you can swap them out into an asset, into another asset. You can just do that every month and just pay stuff. Just if you got to pay stuff, or you can, which you can smarter thing is more full circle is divide the rewards up into into important things, right? Not just one thing. Divide the rewards up into different things, right? Not just one thing. Why divide it? Because now you're taking care of more things with the same cash flow as opposed to just one thing. That's a tip. That's an insider tip. Joseph says, not much. Just got back from Las Vegas for Turkey. Oh, nice, man. We were just talking about going out. Me and Miss CryptoCeej were just talking about going out to Vegas. Now I'm looking for new coins to purchase. I got my eye on a couple. I hear you, bro. I hear you. D.E. McCall. What's going on, D.E. McCall? I don't think we've seen you check into the channel before. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you checking in. Do me a favor, hit that like button, bro, if you haven't done so already. Hey, Siege. Love the Spark Dex. Spark Dex is awesome. I love it. It's my favorite right now. It really is. It's my favorite for sure. Hmm. No, I was thinking about an idea for the 3K I just discovered. I was just thinking like, maybe I could do that. I don't know. But anyway, Pookie says, I'm getting ready for the next bear market. That's what I'm talking about, Pookie. You need to join a Patreon. You need to join a Patreon, bro. You're thinking next level. Right. And so first week, December 7th, that for us in the CryptoCeej zone, for us, that will be the beginning of preparing for 2026. For us, right? Bags are full, right? Bags are full. You know, we got 5 days, 6 days to get more FLR on Songbird. They get some more of that Songbird, baby. And then that's it. Then we're preparing for 2026. While others are celebrating when moon, we'll be preparing. You know, you got to think winter in the summer. You can't be thinking all summer in the summer. No, no, no. You got to be thinking about the winter and the summer. That is the move, my friends. My mentor taught me that a long time ago. You can't be thinking about the summer when the summer. You can't be saying, you can't get faked out, he would say. You can't get faked out by blue skies and fleecy clouds. No, you got to think, you got to do like the ants do. The ants think about the winter and the summer. Joseph says exactly 100%. Me too. Got to prepare for the bear season now. Yes, sir. That's right, Joseph. That's right. Joseph says, I'm way more educated on what's going on this time around. Unlike 2021, I tell people it takes 2 cycles. It takes 2 bull cycles, bro. It takes 2. Then you'll know that you know that you know. It takes 2. It's okay. We're going to be around for plenty of them. But it takes 2, right? I always say it takes 5 years to figure out what's going on right now. What are we doing here? It takes like 5 years to figure that out. What are we doing? Are we trading? Are we day trading? Or are we swing trading? Are we NFTing? Are we gaming? Are we DeFi? What do we got going on here? What are we doing exactly? It's like takes like 5 years to figure it out. And then once you figure it out, now you want to put that 5 years into honing it, leveling up your skills, increasing your knowledge so that you know that you know that you know. Then it will, you know what I mean? Once you do that, as my mentor used to say, then you won't care about which way the wind is swinging, how hard the wind is blowing. It won't matter. It won't matter. Because it's not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination. It's the set of the sail. That's what leveling up is about. Learning how to set a better sail. It doesn't matter about the winds. The same winds blows on all. It's the winds of the bear market and the winds of the bull market. The same winds blows on us all. What do you think? What do you think? I'm the only one who got affected by Celsius Chapter 11 bankruptcy? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. What about the people over at Voyager? What about the people over at BlockFi? What about the people over at FTX? What about the dude that just discovered, heartbreakingly so, that he clicked on a phishing site and his wallet was drained? Come on, man. The same winds blows on us all, bro. Same winds blows on us all. But it's not the blowing of the wind that determines our destination. It's the set of the sail. Once you know that, I'm telling you, it's good. It won't matter. Once you learn how to set a better sail, it won't matter about the winds. It's pretty cool. XRP bag, what's good? How are you, my friend? Oh, yeah, poetry. Welcome to the channel, my friend. D.E. McCall, where are you checking in from, my friend? You didn't say where you're checking in from. I'm loving that you love SparkDex. It means you're part of that Flare community. Flare Networks, what's good? XRP bag, hold strong, army. Yes, indeed. I was telling uh XRP bag, I was telling, who was I talking to? Rise Gaming. Look, the XRP army. Look, we've been in this thing for a minute. We got hoodwinked, bamboozled, attacked. Why? Because Ripple welcomed the people from JP Morgan in and politely shoved them out. That's why. 15 of those dudes and or dudettes. That's why. And said no, but thank you. Yeah. Michigan. D.E. McCall is from Michigan. I used to hang out in Dearborn, bro. Used to hang out in Dearborn. Welcome to the channel, D.E. McCall. Right? So we've been around for a minute. But yeah, we've been around. We get to celebrate. I'm happy because we're gonna have so many of the good, so many XRP holders winning this cycle. I'm just so happy. But you gotta take that profit, fam. You gotta take that profit. You gotta take that profit. I'm planning on a $12, $26 XRP. That's just my personal deal. But it ain't gonna matter if it hits $12 if you don't ka-ching some, most, a little. When it hits 12, it ain't gonna matter if you don't do that. We don't want to make that mistake of 2017, 2018 again, ride that thing all the way up to $3 and change, and then ride it all the way down because we thought I was going to get to $5. Don't want to do that. I'm so happy for the XRP community. You know, I really am. We deserve the win. We deserve the win. And it doesn't matter that I lost a couple hundred K of XRP. Doesn't matter. I'm talking about numbers of XRP, not value. Doesn't matter. Same winds blows on us all, bro. Blows on us all. It doesn't matter. We're blessed to have another cycle, and then another cycle, and then another cycle, and another cycle. And that includes the bear cycles. Just think about the opportunity that's coming in 26 and 27. Just think about it. If you know what you're doing, you'll be jumping like Pookie, chomping at the bit, waiting for 26 and 27. On the journey of becoming a sophisticated investor. Come hang out with us at patreon.com/golf whiskey mastermind. That stands for Generational Wealth Wednesday. Come hang out. Patreon.com/golf whiskey mastermind. Pookie says, I want VeChain to get to $1. Did it ever get to $1? I don't remember if it did. That's right. Joseph says at $11 XRP, I'll have financial freedom, not counting on my other bags. Nice. I'll be happy for you. I'll be the first one cheering for you, bro, when it gets there. Brother Crypto says, all I need is a $3 to $5 flare. FLR, huh? $3 to $5. It's gonna be interesting to see what it's going to look like. 30 cents is as high as VeChain got. I had a bunch of VeChain. I cashed out the VeChain. It was nice, 5 figures. I'm out. See, I didn't, that Matic was just crazy, 6-figure percentage gain, right? But Joseph says exactly 100%. See, I'm looking to the next 2 bull cycles, right? I'm telling you, if you know that you know, you'll be looking forward to this bear cycle coming. If you know that you know, like if you really know what you got. I was telling one of my inner circle people, I'm like, if you're not out there trying to make $30 to $100 extra a day, you don't understand. I'm talking outside of the JOB. Then you don't understand. This is the greatest opportunity in the history of man. This is once in a life, 2 lifetimes, 3, whatever, a generation opportunity. We're early to a new financial system. There's going to be an asset or 2 or 5 or 7 that is going to be recognized by all the financial institutions of the world. Yeah. And you know about them. You don't have to have all 5 or 7, but you have an opportunity to get them before the world even knows or understands what they are. That's pretty cool space to be. It's a pretty cool space to be. You got to learn, in my humble opinion, you got to learn how to grow your stablecoin bag in the bear market. You got to learn how to grow it. But you got to get to the stablecoin bag first, which means you got to leverage altcoins. And in my house, we're just stacking BTC, leveraging the alts to get more BTC. It's the pristine asset right now. And when another one knocks, when another one, pops his head out, we'll get that one. Right? Pookie says, I'm getting ready for my grandkids, and I don't have any. I hear you, bro. Frogadelic says, last election looked similar. Dump incoming. Nice. If you're prepared for it, awesome. So do we ever get the word that the NYDFS officially approved the Ripple stablecoin XRP gal? Brother Crypto says the yield in some of the DeFi of these ecosystems. I look at my bank, and then I look at DeFi and ask myself, why the hell am I not at my bank? I'm telling you, even on the blue chippers, Aave and freaking Compound and right, Yearn Finance, Curve. I mean, even in the blue chippers. Right? Even Banky, Wan Chain, XRP. Right. So the word is December 4th is going to get approved. Right. That's what I heard too. Someone was just on the stream saying, I think it was Joe, was like, it's already been approved. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think it's been approved yet. I'm hoping that it'll happen on the 4th. You never know. You never know. Joseph said, LOL, I thought the same thing back in 2021. Yeah, so true. Yeah, indeed. Right. We're early to a new financial system. We're early. We got a chance to assess, evaluate, and determine whether or not this asset is going to be a Mag 7 or not. And we get to be early to accumulate early. And I got to think there are going to be assets that we're going to be able to give to loved ones, right? Hand down to children. And we get to be here early. We get to be in the know early. Does that come with bumps and bruises? Sure. Does it come with phishing attacks, scams, emails, rug pulls? Sure. But being early and leveling up can't be just hanging out here. You got to level up while you're here. That's right, Pookie. We're early, but early is running out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So right now, for me, what's that thing? It's Bitcoin right now. Doesn't mean it's not going to be Ethereum and Solana or XRP, but right now it's Bitcoin. So I leverage Ethereum. I leverage Solana. I leverage XRP to get more Bitcoin. And then I keep a little percentage of the others. So when I start reaccumulating to leverage them again, I'm not starting from zero. But during the bear cycle is where all the fun is. That's where all the fun is. Because you can get to be paid for being a service provider. Look, the 1% of the 1% lend out their money. The 1% of the 1% lend out their money. What say you? Exciting times, I'm telling you. I'm hoping that XRP is going to go on the journey of the network adoption curve going up and to the right in pursuit of becoming a better risk-adjusted reward asset. I'm hoping. Amir Muhammad, what's going on, Amir? How are you, my friend? Did you hit that like button on the way in, bro? Amir, would you invest now or wait for a pullback? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Amir, what do you mean? Would I buy crypto now or wait for a pullback? That what you're asking? Amir says, do you think we might see the 4-year bear market, 1-year bull cycle pattern break because of the new macroeconomic state being so pro crypto? I do not personally, bro. I don't think so, but I don't think so because I think the bigger picture, the big macro picture is still the picture, and crypto is a small part of that. And now, perhaps maybe if it was a dominating factor in the big macro and global, maybe then it would change. But it's a small part of it. It's affected. Crypto is affected by the global macroeconomic picture or state, but it ain't changing. It's not. It's not the determining thing, right? The determining thing is still liquidity, net global liquidity, and this asset class is still affected by that lack of or the abundance thereof. Pookie Pookie says, walk on my land with my dogs. Nice. Jealous. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Jealous of walking my land with my dogs. Pookie Pookie. All right, fam. I'm a house. What does that say? The real big Will says he can get FLR or Songbird and still do well. That's a good point, the real big Will. That's a good point. When we look at undervalued assets right now, that is a good point. Amir Muhammad, the real big Will says you can get FLR or Songbird and still do well at current prices. That's a great point. I'm a big fan of the tokenomics for the current bull cycle period of the bull market, this period of the bull market. I'm a big fan of Songbird and CSPR. Casper. I'm a big fan of those tokenomics right now. Oh, Pookie Pookie says, no, that's where I want to be. I got you when I'm 55. LOL. Nice. I got you. That's right, yo. So the 14-year trend, Amir, hasn't been broken. So we keep riding it up until something changes. That's exactly right. Brother Crypto says FLR has yet to experience its real bull run. Yep, that's right, Brother Crypto. The real big whoa, that's a great point, man. That's a great point. Someone just making their first investments into this digital asset space. Uh Now me, yeah, I would still do 90% and 10%, but 90% Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana, or a combination thereof, 10% in other stuff. But FLR has not had a run. That's very, very true. The Songbird tokenomics is looking beautiful. I mean, I don't know if you can ask for anything better. But yeah, 30 to 100 bucks outside of the gig, $30 of Bitcoin, $50 of Bitcoin, $100 of Songbird, $50 of FLR. I'm just like losing it. And then come December 7th, it's just stack that dirty, nasty fiat, stack that dirty, nasty fiat. That's right. We're still early, Yosef. That's a great point. True, we are still at the bottom regardless, says Joseph. We had $1 trillion pumped into crypto just this past month out of 10 to 13 trillion that's estimated for this bull cycle. We are still early. We are still early. Amir, welcome to the channel. You're getting some good advice from some of these people in here. I gotta tell you. I might extend that December 7th date to the 14th. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just so excited about preparing for 2026. It's unbelievable. That's right. Let that sink in, Yosef. That's right. All right, fam. Listen, thank you so much for the new people. XRP Gal, it's great to see you back hanging out. It's been a minute. Appreciate you being here. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you didn't do so on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick. Go smash the like, come back and hang out with the CryptoCeej and fam. It's one of the greatest ways to support the channel. And by the way, if you happen to be in that 45 to 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the CryptoCeej and haven't subscribed to the channel, do me a favor and we're trying to get that number from 55% down to about 25%. You could do your part right now by just hitting that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it. We're in a mad rush to get to 9,000 subs so we can begin to change the game in another way on this channel. Looking forward to doing that. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you. Bye. We win.